Going, guys? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome to a Sunday live, Sunday morning. I think it's still morning. No, it's not morning. It's noon. Sunday noon live. Good morning. Welcome. Today I want to talk to you guys about the the 5 steps to the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. How's it going, Athena? Good to see you here. What's up, Amy? How's it going, my friends? What's up? What's up, Malia? So I want to talk to you about the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. I know some artists have been asking me, what do I do to stay inspired, to continue creating my artwork, and on and on. And so I'm home, so I decided to do this little video right now. Hopefully it can help 1 or 2 of you out there. And so let's get started. And I'm going to be repeating this because the steps, because I think it's important. I just think I like to hammer it down, so whatever. Let's go with step number 1. Step number 1 for unlimited inspiration. What's up, Frankie? Mucho bueno topic, man. This is it right here, Frankie. Good to see you, man. Step number 1 is have materials ready. I know it's some of this stuff is like so cheesy if you just bypass it, but it's important. It's important. It's one of the reasons when I was a kid, my mommy used to tell me, don't carry a gun, son. Don't have the materials ready. You might want to use it. So it's the same thing. This is some crazy shit I talk about. It's the same thing. If you don't have them, out of sight, out of mind, right? You have to have it ready. So have the materials ready. Keep them out there. Designate an area where you can have your love being organized. Yeah, that's where it's at. You just have some materials ready somewhere that you don't have to pull them out and feel like every time that you're going to paint, you're gonna go and it's like this mess, right? That you have to pull the materials out. You're gonna have to clean the brushes, or you're gonna have to go to the store and buy stuff. Have something. It doesn't matter what it is. Look, it could be something as simple as this. Just a pen and paper. Those can be materials. Just anything. Don't wait till you have like this idea of I have to have all the oil paints. I have to have all the mediums for my oil paintings or watercolors or whatever. No, don't wait for anything. Just start doing something. It doesn't matter if it's pen and paper. Designate an area where the materials are exposed and you can watch them. And every time you walk by them, you can see them. They're not put away. No, they're outside, organized, but outside. Joyful says, speaking of materials, are you still using the Michaels Value Pack canvases? Yeah. Always been using those. I've been using those for years. Some of you out there might think that I don't know who might think. Some people have told me that those canvases are not good. They're not good quality. Look, guys, I've sold a few. I've sold a couple of $1 million selling artwork with those materials. Like don't let people tell you that it's not good, that you need to have like this Belgium canvas and like all that stuff is it's just bells and whistles. Have anything, just get it out and start pouring some paint on it. And if you're doing it for fun, more power to you, but if you're doing it to sell, don't let any of that stuff stop you, because it's just not good. It's just not good. You can use any materials. I remember using house paint. I still use house paint, but I used house paint for my first paintings. People were telling me that it was bad, that I shouldn't be using house paint, blah blah blah. I started using house paint, and I was doing just fine with that. And today I use different paints, but I still use house paint. I still use it just for fun. Do you extra gesso on the canvases or just straight out of the wrapper? Okay, gotcha. I've been using them and have really liked them. Say other artists say don't use them. Yeah, I don't gesso them really. I only gesso the very large canvases that I buy rolled. That I have a handyman that comes to my studio and helps me stretch them, and so those are the ones that I gesso. But the small ones I don't. Also because I put a lot of paint on them, so there's a lot of texture, and so you know. So let's go back here. Step number one: have your materials ready, and exposed in a corner. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a desk, your patio, an extra room that you have at home. It doesn't matter. Don't wait till you have a studio. Don't wait till I mean, pick a little corner. It could be a chair. It could be a chair. You know, just have them ready, just exposed, so that way you can see them. And again, out of sight, out of mind. Step number two. These are the 5 steps. Okay, the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. Step number 2 is you gotta get a handful of ideas, whether it's on Instagram, on online. It doesn't matter where you're looking at paintings by Monet or by me or by any other artist. Just don't copy paintings. I mean, I don't care if people paint my paintings or repaint them. I've never cared. But I'm saying other artists might feel like, I don't know, some artists get, I don't know, they get iffy about that. I personally don't care. You can, if you need inspiration, go check out my stuff. Go check out stuff in museums. Go check out stuff on whatever, you know. Use Pinterest, to use Instagram. Go get ideas, but don't overwhelm yourself with so many ideas where you feel like, oh my God, this idea is better. No, because here's the trick. You want to have a handful of ideas. Get 10, 20 ideas, maybe a landscape, a seascape, or whatever it is that you do. And these ideas is only to, they're only going to work to light the match, or to light the candle. Imagine that it's like a little spark. This is not what you're going to rely on. I promise you, it's not what you're going to rely on. But you want to keep a handful of them. And the reason why is because you got to get started with something. Otherwise, you might be tempted to coming up with an excuse of, man, I don't have any ideas. I don't know what to do. At least that way, you have somewhere to start. Frankie says, I'm terrible at that. It's always an event when I paint. I hear you. This is why I'm doing this. I know. I've been there myself, too. It turns into an event. It turns into a song and dance, you know. And so have some ideas ready, whether it's on paper or better yet, on your computer, your phone. Have anything ready. It doesn't matter, like Instagram accounts that you like. A really cool thing to look at is interior designers or interior decorators, photographers that do like pictures of florals or anything like that, gardens, stock photos is what I'm talking about. I used to keep catalogs of those stock photos of animals, of landscapes, of birds, of flowers, of interiors of a home, all that stuff. There's no problem with using that stuff, as long as you're not like, if you're a hyper-realist painter, don't copy them exactly, as long as you create a variation of it and using your own colors and whatnot. This is just to get your juices flowing. That's the whole point. Joyful says, I have no problem painting every single day, but I get overwhelmed when the ideas I get, not sure how to execute once I have an image I really want to paint. Okay, so here's the thing. If you paint every day, you won't have that problem. And so I know artists, including myself, I had no problem painting every day. But the trick is that you have to do it every day, so that what you're talking about goes away. It flushes out. Painting every day is like getting, I don't know, it's like if you have dirty water in a cup, right? And you get a hose of new water and it just flushes it out. Like the more you do it, it keeps pushing the old water out. That's really what painting every day does. And so bear with me here. Bear with me. Frankie says, everything has to be right. Music, water, clean brushes, etc. By the time everything is ready, I'm tired. I go to sleep, yeah. I'm now aware thanks to you. I'm adjusting now. Very cool. Muktum says, I'm overwhelmed with ideas and I have a bad habit to leave incomplete what? To leave incomplete and go on another one. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you're doing it. See that it would be a bad habit if you incomplete it, move to a new one, but if you don't keep doing it, you're not going to come back to the one that it's incomplete. I used to work that way. About 15 years ago. You could do something and not complete it. I used to work on 10, 20 plus paintings at a time and just kind of go back to the other one and go back to the other one and start something fresh that caught my attention, because it's about attention, right? It's about retaining attention. And so I would start something and then get bored with it, or I hit a block. It wasn't moving the direction I wanted to. So I would start a new one, and then those ideas, those juices from the new one, oftentimes got me to go to the first one, and much more. If you have 5, 6, 10 of them, those ideas get you to come back to the first one. If you keep doing it. If you don't keep doing it, what I mean by this is if you time yourself out. This is something that I learned from a high performance entrepreneur. This dude taught me this. Look, you can zero yourself out very easily. What you need to do is you need to allocate space, time, okay? Space and time. You need to allocate that and stick to it. And do it by the power of 1, 2, 3, 4. Like every day that you're doing something, you're only making that muscle stronger. And so we time ourselves out this way. We show up today, we're excited, and we'll paint. Or maybe we'll gather ideas and whatnot. We won't paint. But tomorrow we'll paint. And then the third day, we'll show up again, really excited, and we'll paint again. But the fourth day, something came up. I don't know. You have to go to buy groceries or some other thing, and you don't have time, right? Again, time is the biggest thief in life. And so you're like, oh man, I don't have time. So you time yourself out the fourth day. The fifth day, because you didn't do anything the day before, you'll do just a little bit. The fifth day won't be like the second or third day, because you didn't show up the fourth day. You're going to do just a little bit because you're readjusting again. And so it keeps going like this, and you keep timing yourself out. This is sort of like when people do like yo-yo diets. You know, it doesn't stick with it. People don't stick with it. Me, I don't diet. But I'm just saying, if I would, it's up and down. It's this up and down thing that you time yourself out, and so you never really get to squeeze and tighten. I see it as a bow. You have to really create tension. There has to be pressure, and anything that works in life, there's pressure, there's tension, and it has to be very tight. You know, the tension has to be very tight. Let's see here. Joyful Art Studio says, how do you suggest we handle it when the painting doesn't look the way we intended? And then start to mentally start to tank. An idea, what is it? An idea is powerful, but also can be distraction to being loose. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that you have to keep moving. That's really, the power is that you have to keep moving. If you don't keep moving, there's going to be some sort of, you're going to start experiencing those blocks, you know, or some people call them incantations. You're going to start experiencing those things that those ceilings, if you don't keep moving. And so bear with me right here, okay? We're barely on the second step. So the first step, these are the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. Okay, so the first one is going to be, you have to have your materials exposed. They have to be outside and ready to go. Okay, and designate an area for that. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be a chair. It could be a desk. Hey, what's up, Vivek? How's it going? It doesn't matter what it is. Okay. Step 2 is get a handful of ideas. Just a handful of ideas. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be perfect. Just anything to get you started. That's going to be the spark. Okay. It could be photographs that you saw on Instagram or photos that you took, or paintings by famous artists or not famous artists, just to get those ideas going. Step 3 is I have them right here. Step 3 is assign a minimum of an hour a day. Okay, you have to allocate time now. Okay, so the first one we have the space. The second one we have the ideas. Now you have to allocate time. And so I suggest a minimum of an hour, 1 hour at least, because 30 minutes kind of don't cut it. But 1 hour, you can get something done in an hour. You can really create some progress. And so allocate an hour that you're going to paint, and don't tell yourself that you're going to paint for more than an hour if you're not used to it. Okay, if you don't have that. How's it going, Chanel? Good to see you. If you don't have that, muscle yet, don't try to allocate more than that. Just 1 hour. Just 1 hour. If you can less, try to do. Don't do an hour. Do less. If you don't really have it in you yet. It's just muscle. That's all it is. It's resistance. It's mental resistance. It's just like the same way that people go to the gym and they make muscles. If you show up every day, you start creating a mental resistance. That's how people get shit done. It's a mental resistance. It's what you can stomach. When we see someone doing something, in greater scale, whether it be, I don't know, growing a business, earning more income, or hiring people, or creating a name for themselves as artists, and having gallery shows or anything like that. That's stuff they can stomach. It's mental resistance. It's mental resistance, and so that's the third one. Okay, assign a minimum of 1 hour, and then step 4 is schedule it. Okay, but you got to do it. You got to do it daily. So you got to schedule it. Now that you assign 1 hour, you're just going to do 1 hour, not more than that. Make sure that you schedule it. Bye, Mija. Thank you. Some mentor says do 40 hours in a week. Yeah, 40 hours in a week is pro.
People only work 40 hours?
40 hours a week is part-time, guys. Don't be playing with me.
I feel like I'm
40 hours a week. As we say in Mexico. 40 hours.
Our first day off, I think we pulled a 14-day stretch on accident.
Yeah,
we tried to take 1 day off, but
but I'm not talking about me.
No, I know. Sorry.
No, guys, 40 hours a week is a lot. If you haven't started, 40 hours a week is way too much. If you're not, what I want you to do is start getting the momentum of it. Okay, just 1 hour a day. You can add accordingly. But see, look, here's what I suggest. Don't add unless. How's it going, Constance? Here I am saying my dirty shit, right? Too early. Sunday. 40 hours a week is a lot. It's just a lot. It's you want to start with one, unless you're already used to it, right? But you want to start with one, and then get the rhythm. Exactly. Get that rhythm. Okay? You want to get that rhythm. One day, Tuesday, another hour, Wednesday, another hour. Once you've done that for about 90 days, 60 to 90 days, dirty shit on Sunday. Hell yeah. Once you've done that, between 60 to 90 days, you're going to start developing that muscle. Okay? And then you're going to tell yourself, all right, well, 1 hour is good, man. Like, you're going to see fruits, guys. You're going to see fruits. 1 hour is good. You're going to add either another half an hour or another hour. You might double it and do 2 hours a day. The trick is to do it daily, whether you're just doing it 30 minutes or an hour. You're better off doing 1 hour a day than 8 hours on a Friday and 12 hours on a Saturday, and then nothing else, or you have this throughout the week. I know it might not make sense because you're like, no, there's way more hours that I can do on a Saturday. Trust me, guys. I mean, you don't have to trust me, but I'm suggesting here, trust me. You're better off with 1 hour daily. Just consistently, like a fucking drop of water. You know, you're just so consistent. You're gonna break through that stone. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. And you just do that. Do it for at least 60 to 90 days. You're going to be unstoppable. So that's step 4. You want to schedule it. Okay? Step 5 is you got to be patient now. Now you got to be patient. Okay? It creates a momentum, exactly. And it's compound, too. It's compound. There's something else that happens that you just like how income compounds. You know, you guys, I'm sure most people have heard of that. The penny, if you double it and you double it and you double it. It's the same way. If you compound time, okay, you will get this massive returns that you have no idea where they come from. They start coming to you sideways. This is one of the reasons why I say just stick to it. Stick to one little time, stick to one little hour, but stick to it daily. And all of a sudden you're going to have this like landslide of just great things happen. All of a sudden, you're going to start painting better. You're going to start feeling better about yourself, trusting yourself. And it's just going to keep compounding more and more and more and more and more. How's it going, Blossom? Good to see you here, my friend. And so more and more and more to the point where it's just going to create this strength, okay? This strength that it just makes you unstoppable. It just does. And the inspiration that comes from it, you're not even gonna know where ideas come from. And don't try to look where they come from. They don't come from cleverness. Like this stuff that I'm sharing with you guys here. It's almost like magic, if I could use that word. It's almost like a little bit of magic. It doesn't come from cleverness. It doesn't come from oh my God, I figured something else out. No, it's experiential knowledge. Experiential knowledge is very different. Okay, it's very, very different than opening a book, than conceptual knowledge. Conceptual knowledge is simple. All you got to do is go open a book and open another book and open another book. But experiential knowledge is a whole different game, right? It's a whole different game because now your entire being is having that experience, and you're getting ideas and things from outside of just your mind. Now you're pulling things towards you. Now you're going and reaching things that you didn't think you were even capable of. You're going to start doing I don't know, if you do commissions, you might start doing 2-3 commissions a day. You might start doing maybe 1 commission a day if you were doing 1 a week. Like you start really knowing yourself. It's a whole different game because now you're playing on the edge. You're playing on the edge. Every time that you do something every day, it doesn't matter what it is. If you want to be a public speaker, all you got to do is just speak every day. Assign yourself 1 hour a day. Speak. And you don't have to go to Toastmasters. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't have to go to Toastmasters. You just have to get that muscle going, and then the knowledge starts coming in. It's knowledge that comes out of I don't know, some airy fairy place. Who knows where it comes from? Videos. I love that. And so the 5th step, okay, to unlimited inspiration is you want to give it time. You want to give it time. Usually in art, if you do something every day, and I'm talking about every day, okay? Don't X yourself out. Don't do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if you do it, don't feel bad about yourself just because like Jose said not to do it. No, just jump back on it again. Don't stay off the wagon. Like if you fall off the wagon, everybody falls off the wagon, by the way. If you fall off the wagon, just dust yourself off and jump back on it again. Like don't sit there and be like, oh man, I already ruined it, you know. Like no, just jump back on it again and keep writing it. Keep writing it. If you do something every day, whether it's 1 hour every day, painting, drawing, whatever it is, in about 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to start noticing something. You're going to start noticing something very crazy. The secret, I think, if I could say something like that, something that bold, but I think I can. The secret to this whole game is believe in yourself. And if you don't have history with yourself, you won't believe in yourself. See, a lot of people say, "Oh man, you just gotta have faith. You just gotta you can't have it if you don't have validation for it. If you don't have history." You know, it's because human beings are very interesting. We're always quantifying how our day went. We're always paying attention to our day, our week, our year. What did I do? What did I do to get me closer to being a better version of me, or to get to these goals, or whatever? We're always quantifying. We're always measuring things. We're always putting things on a scale. And if you're not consistent with the promises you made to yourself, that scale is not going to favor you. And so this is why I say you're better off just doing 1 hour, or if you just barely starting, if you're just barely starting, do it for 10 minutes. Just get a piece of paper, some pen, or pencil, and draw for 10 minutes. Don't try to draw for more. If you want to, that's fine. But just remember, you don't need more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. The next day, another 10 minutes. But you want to allocate that, like I said, you want to allocate that. You want to have it ready. Have your whether it's watercolors or oils or whatever. For oil painters and acrylic painters, is a little bit more complicated, because we want, as Frankie pointed out, we want everything to be right. We want to have the mediums. We want to have every single oil paint, that we need, or every single color that we need. The right brushes, the right canvases. Is it gessoed? Is it not gessoed? And on and on. We make it too complicated. So I would say just start out with anything to build a muscle. Anything. Because the thing that we're missing, most of us, is the muscle, guys. That's really it. It's the muscle. If the muscle is there and you're doing it every day, your self-esteem just skyrockets. You're like, oh shit, man, I can do this. I can actually do this. The funny thing is that you start jumping to bigger things. That's how you jump to bigger things. When I first started selling my artwork, some of you know that I started helping other artists and coaching this. To get to 6 figures, right? I started sharing how I started selling my artwork and earned 6 figures. This was about 10 years ago. It didn't start like that right away. It started with, can I make $100 selling this stuff? And then I did it so much that it was like, oh my God, can I make $500? And I did it so much that I was like, oh my God, I think I can make 10K a month. I really do. And I started putting the numbers together. I was like, oh, I can make 10K a month doing this shit. And it didn't start that way, right? It started with little increments that were super consistent. They were very, very consistent. I started making 1 painting a day, then 2 paintings a day, 3, 4, 5, to the point where I make dozens of paintings. And people ask me, how do you make so many paintings? I've only added to the consistency. I didn't start making 20, 30, 50 paintings. Sometimes I'll go through one of these a day, 2 or 3 of them sometimes. I didn't start going through that. I started doing 1 only, just one page. And I did that for 60 days consistently, and then I moved to 2, 3, and then just start stacking, because you start stacking them, and that's where the magic starts happening. I'm going to make a video specifically on what I just shared with you guys here. Let me read some of the messages and try to break it down even more, because I know some of you have some questions with this or around it, because some of you are a bit more advanced, some of you may be just starting, and so there's questions around it that I want to address. Joyful says, I have an autoimmune disease, and occasionally I don't feel healthy enough to paint, but I will immerse myself in learning from a book or watch tutorials, usually your videos. Oh, yeah, definitely. I can definitely see that. Life is more challenging for some of us. That's definitely something that needs to be considered there, and whatever little time, whatever extra energy for the artwork. I totally see that. Yeah, there's days that you just can't paint, And so can you read a little bit about color theory, right? Can you just something, whatever it is, right? Something to add to the day so that you don't lose the momentum. The important thing is that you don't lose the momentum, that you allocate some sort of time to it, and not. I mean, there's people that are parents, that have children, and it's so difficult. I've had parents call me or send me messages, emails or whatever, and tell me, dude, I get you because you have one kid, right? I have one kid, but I have 7 kids. How am I going to do this? And so there's challenges, there's limitations, and how do we work around them? And that's why I always try to tell people, don't start over here. Don't start over here. Start with one little thing, because what you want to do is you want to add to what is already working. And the thing that you want to make work is the consistency. Everything else falls into place like a domino. It just starts moving. But it's the consistency what really matters. Let me see. There's always flowers for those who want to see them. I love that. Matisse, huh? Matisse said that, I think. Yeah. Henri Matisse. Let me see where I'm at. Constance says, however, I do this 5 steps. I lit, walk past canvas, and paint all day, every day. I love that. Yeah, I think, right, just based on my experience, I think that nothing beats something that is consistent. It doesn't matter what it is. Any area in our lives where we're like, oh man, this is not working, there's nothing that is missing other than consistency. Nothing's missing. Like there's nothing. Ultimately, there's nothing wrong with us, right? There's nothing really we can't do. It's just lacking consistency. That area, whatever area in our lives that is just not measuring up to our standard or where we want it, it's only lacking consistency. And so when I started learning this through coaching, going and talking to people who were already in situations or places or had met the goals that I want to reach. When I started learning this, it was just like boom, baby. It was such a mind-blowing, eye-opening experience to understand that the whole problem or challenge is lack of consistency. And it's not how much you do something, it's how often you do it. And then of course, it's how much if you're trying to scale, but don't worry about the scaling part of it. And this is something that I've expressed to artists over and over, especially artists that I coach, that I do one-on-one coaching. Artists that I met one-on-one coaching, they seem to be hungry, right? Usually the artists that are trying to get some sort of coaching or they're a little bit more ready, I would say. They're a little hungrier. They're more convinced that they need to do this, that they must do this, whatever it is. Whether it's trying to create a collection of art or exhibit or make it a full-time living or a pastime. Not pastime, what is it? Part-time. There you go. Part-time living from their artwork. What I've noticed is that those that raise their hand, they're like, dude, how do I do this? What books do you recommend? Who can I talk to? Is there a way that I can talk to you for 10 minutes or whatever it is? They're usually more, right? They're on the edge. They're like, dude, I got to make that jump now. And what I found out is the biggest challenge that they and myself have had is they're not doing the things every day. They're just not doing them every day. They're skipping steps. They do it one day, 2 days, the third day they don't show up. The fourth day they kind of do it. The fifth day they have an argument with a spouse, and so they're emotionally not there, so they won't show up. And the sixth day they have to go take care of their auto, their car, the oil change or whatever. Something happened, something else outside of the emotional thing, something, let's call it more real, right? And so it doesn't keep going. And it's not like they don't want it. It's not like they don't want it. It's just that there's this resistance capping you all the time, capping everyone. We want to go get something, and we keep hitting this resistance. This resistance is not. I've heard so many people talk about it being spiritual or it being all these other. I don't know. That hasn't been my experience. My experience has been that I am used to doing things a certain way. And if I change them, if I try to change them, it's going to be very difficult because the habits are very strong. They're set in place. So it's not like I don't want to. It's that I go back to my standard. Like every time I try to get out of something, I go back to my standard. Unless I do it over and over and over again where I break that ceiling, or I break that wall, I get to have a different experience. But it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. I know how to use Instagram to sell my artwork. This is something that people ask me all the time. Dude, how do you use Instagram to sell your artwork? Oh, here's what you do. All you got to do is allocate 10 minutes a day. They're like, yeah, I know, but what's the secret? And I'm like, that's the fucking secret. Just 10 minutes a day with your Instagram. Go engage with people. Once you have 10 minutes ingrained in your being, that it's in you, that you don't miss a day, that you do it 7 days a week, 10 minutes a day, do 20 minutes now. Oh my God, really? No, yeah, do 20 minutes now. Boom, boom, boom. Start engaging with people. And so, but 99% of people won't do the 10 minutes. And so we go and we look for something else. We're like, okay, well, Jose, yeah, he's right. I kind of believe him. I kind of don't. I don't know. I got to go find out how to use hashtags better, the algorithms, and this and that, and how to, like we're looking for a secret, and my experience has been there is no secret. There just isn't. The secret, if there is one, it's consistency. That's the only secret I know. And you do 10 minutes, and then you do 20 minutes, and then it turns into 30 minutes. Before you know it, you're doing it 1 hour a day, but you're really doing it 1 hour a day. You're not doing it 1 hour a day 2 times a week, or 1 hour a day 3 times a week. You're doing it 1 hour a day 7 days a week, And so it turns into like this force. Now you're riding momentum. But the problem is that a lot of us want to go and start doing it 1 hour a day. And so it's a lot. 1 hour a day on Instagram, it's a lot. It's just a lot. We'll be 1 hour a day on Instagram receiving information, right? Looking at photos, talking to people, whatever, but not necessarily working. It's very different. And so it's the same way with this. Again, the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. Frankie says the cure of pain is in the pain. Yeah, the cure of pain is in the pain. Exactly. That's it right there. So the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration, my friends. Step number 1, have your materials out and ready. Okay. Number 2, get a handful of ideas, any ideas, just have a little handful of ideas. Step 3, assign some time. Okay. Any type of time. Assign the 30 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes if you're barely starting. Just get a pen and paper. And number 4, do it. Assign a schedule for it. Not just the gap of time, but a schedule. Okay, what time is that going to be? Yes, it's going to be 1 hour a day, but what time? Like you have to be very specific. If you're not specific with this shit, you ain't gonna do it. Like we gotta be like super specific. That's why I say start with such a little bite first. You have to be very specific. I'm going to do this at 5 p.m. Like, don't wing it. Don't shoot from the hip. It's going to cause all kinds of problems. And I know this from my personal art career. It causes all kinds of problems. It has to be very specific. You have to schedule something. Is it going to be at 5 p.m.? Is it going to be at 6? Is it going to be before you go to bed? Is it going to be when you arise? What time? It has to be specific. What time and how many days a week? What are the days that you're going to be doing this? Is it 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 7 days a week? What is it? So assign some time. And then step 5, you have to be patient now. Because that's just planting a seed. Okay, the 4 steps that it's just planting a seed. The 5th one, you have to be patient because now it's going to grow. But you need some patience. You need some weeks. You might need a couple of months, depending on where you are. If you're only doing 10, 15 minutes a day, and you might need a couple of months before it's really strong, and now it begins to give you fruit. Once you do that, and you're doing it consistently, of course, I mean, you're gonna become unstoppable. There's just nothing that's gonna stop you. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm talking about art, right? But if you're a writer, if you're an actress, actor, whatever you do, this is the secret. Like it's just looking back and saying, "Oh, I've been consistent with it." You're not even gonna mentalize this. This is going to be so natural. You've been so consistent with this that the next obvious thing to do is going to be to make a jump. You're going to make a jump, and that jump is going to be proportionate to your experience. This is why people make this quantum leaps in their lives where they were doing something, I don't know, mediocre, let's say, and then boom, they make this huge jump. The reason why they make the jump is because there's enough fuel. You can't make a jump without fuel, guys. You need fuel. Fuel makes the jump, just like a rocket. You need tons of fuel, and sometimes that fuel you can't really see it. You know, you're trying something over and over and over again. What do you think it is? What do you think it's doing every time you're punching something over and over again? You want to reach a certain potential in the way that you create artwork, or your reach into the marketplace, or you want to get paid more. Let's say you're getting paid, I don't know, a couple of $1,000 a month selling your artwork, and you want to get to 6 figures or 7 figures a month. Why not, right? You want to get to that, or a year, whatever it is. The fuel that's behind you, it's really what makes you make that jump. It's the trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. Every time that you try something and quote unquote fail, but you go back and you hit it again, you're not failing. You're going and you're depositing fuel. This is what a lot of people don't get. This is why it takes 1,000 times before you actually do something. You know, people give up on it too soon. We go and we're like, oh, I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start selling my artwork online. Man, I tried so much. I tried it and I tried it and I tried. You're not failing unless you stop. What you're doing every time that you try and it looks like you're failing, you again, right? You're going and taking fuel and dropping it. You're taking gasoline and you're just fucking dumping gasoline every time you're doing it. At some point, you're gonna hit it and it's gonna explode and you're gonna make the quantum leap. And then people are gonna say, "Oh my God, how do you do it?" And even you're gonna ask yourself, "How in the hell did I do this? How did I quit this? How did I get to this place? How did I reach this level?" You only did it because you tried so much. That's really the reason. It's because you didn't give up. You keep trying, and so people stop too soon. We don't see evidence, and we stop. And what I'm suggesting here is, if you don't see evidence, doesn't mean there is no evidence. I think there's a saying for that. I don't know. I don't remember the saying. There's a saying for that. What you're seeking is seeking you. Exactly. I think Rumi said that. No, I think the great Rumi, the poet philosopher, said that. What you're seeking is seeking you. Constance said, you can be missing your chance if you give up. Absolutely. Yeah, you'll never meet your full potential because you'll stop. See, I think it's absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. I think that's the saying. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, or something like, or the other way around. I don't know. Anyways, just because you're not seeing something doesn't mean it's not there, guys. Just because you go and you try and it's not working, and then you go again, you try and it's not working, doesn't mean you're not doing something. You're trying. Let's say that, I don't know, you're trying to quit smoking, or you're trying to get to the next level in your career, whatever it is. The trying of it, I know that this sounds silly, because if you're around people are going to tell you, oh my God, how many times have you tried this? It's not going to work. You should stop, and blah, blah. People around you usually don't get it. And that doesn't say anything. It's not to say anything negative about friends and family or whatnot. They usually don't get it because it's an arena thing. It's experiential. Like, you have to be in there. I think Marisa Peer was the one who said that, if I'm not mistaken. It was either Marisa Peer, or I don't know what author said this, but it's only it's only the people that are in the arena, that are fighting for it, that actually get to understand it. Other people can't really. People that are in the bleachers looking at you down there, from up there, they don't really understand it. They can see stuff, and then they can tell you, oh, move right, move left, but they don't really understand it. They don't really understand it. What whoever's really in the fight is who understands it, and so you'll have this ideas of, man, I should probably stop because everybody around me is suckering me into stop, or the shame, right? We have this idea that if we do something the first time, it should stick. Guys, this isn't a Brene Brown. Thank you so much, Frankie. That's it. Brene Brown is the one who said that. This isn't a fucking movie. You don't just make up your mind one day and your life changes. Like, it's not a movie. This is not a movie montage. I mean, we're all growing up here, no? I think anyone who's done anything in their life, whatever it is, a change, a quantum leap, earning more income, finding peace, finding a better health, whatever it is, it's because you keep hitting that thing and you keep failing, and then you dust yourself off, and then you go at it again. And that's how you get shit done. No, it's not. You don't just wake up. We have this idea, and I think a lot of it has to do with cinematography and movies, and there's a lot of shame associated also with change. That if you don't make it happen right away, then you must not really want it. No, it's not that you don't really want it. It's that your habit, it's outside of that sphere. We have these habits. We have very strong habits of how we run our lives. Whatever that is, wake up at a certain time, go to sleep at a certain time, watch certain time of TV. Most of our habits are 90% automatic. They're not really conscious habits. They're automatic. We just do things the way we've been doing them for years and years and years. And to change that, to move that, to shift that, it's like we say in Mexico, it takes huevos. It's hard. It's very difficult. Very difficult because we're so used to a certain way of doing things. It's just very difficult. I get it wrong until I get it right. Be relentless. I love that. Yeah. Is that from Tim Grover? Tim Grover's Relentless? I love that book. What is it? The cooler, the cleaner, and who is it? I think there's three people, in Relentless. I forgot the third one. I think the third one is the cleaner. The cleaner is the cooler, the pro, and the cleaner, somewhere around there. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, that's exactly it, Frankie. I get it wrong until I get it right. Sometimes you're not ready to receive the success you're seeking. You have to be careful not to dull your own shine. I love that, Constance. That's very true. How's it going, Marina? Good to see you here. So yeah, guys, this is what I wanted to share with you. This little 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. This is what has helped me. People always ask me, not a lot of people, right? A small group of people that follow me, but they ask me just about every day. I get DMs or messages or whatever, and cooler, cleaner, and closer. There you go. Yeah, Tim Grover's the shit. I love Tim Grover. Yeah, yeah. It's the cooler, the cleaner, and the closer. We want to be closers, not cleaners or coolers. Marina, you missed it. What's up? I've been talking here for a while now. I wish we could be doing this in a setting of a Zoom call, right? So that we can all get some input in here, not just me talking. The last quote was from Seth Godin. Oh, I love that. Seth Godin's awesome. I love his Limchkin, I think. Limchkin is his book. The Purple Cow. And The Purple Cow was the first one that I read from Seth Godin. Seth Godin's the shit. I love him too. He's got a very... For those of you who don't know Seth Godin, like, you have to go read any of his books. I personally talk about Purple Cow because I think I read that book like 10 times. Purple Cow is just a really good book. He's a very conscious entrepreneur. He's very conscious. He's very clean. You know, he's not the talk really fast bullshit. No, he's very conscious. He's a good model. He's a good model to follow. He's all about content, not content as in how today people are talking about content, like what I'm doing right now. He's about solid content in the sense that if I'm not giving you something that is really going to help you, like fuck it, I shouldn't even be talking. You know, if I'm not going to give you something that is actually going to be like, you know what, I'm going to take this home or this really hit home or you know, he's cool like that. It's just really good. Make it happen, right? Yeah, that's Zoom. Purple Cow. Hey, what's up, Rostan? How's it going? How's it going, mi amigo? Thank you. Yeah, they look at me. I'm looking muy guapo. Fucking handsome today. I'm going to start voguing. Purple Cow, Marina. Yeah, Seth Godin, Purple Cow. He's a very conscious entrepreneur. And so yeah, guys, that's the idea. Let me repeat again the steps for those of you who just got here. We're talking about the 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. Step number 1 is have your materials out and ready. Step number 2 is get a handful of inspiration, ideas, photographs, whatever it is online. Go look at some of my work and be like, how would I paint this? You know, how would I change this up? How would I make this mine? Just do it. You know, fuck it. I'm not gonna get sad. You know, I'm a big boy. I won't cry. Step 3. Step 3 is assign a pocket of time. Commitment requires resources. Okay, if there's no resource, there's no commitment. I need to say that because I forgot to say that. Commitment requires resources. You know, you commit to something, you need a resource to back it up. It's either time or money. This I learned from Grant Cardone. It took a while for me to really ingrain it and learn it and make it part of my life. But I've noticed that there's no commitment if there's no resource. Like, it's true. There needs to be some sort of resource to back it up. You can't just say, I'll commit to that. Uh-huh. What? Your word? What does that mean? No, I'll commit to that. You have to throw some sort of resource to the commitment. It's either going to be time or money, right? Some sort of resource, some sort of connection, some sort of something. Otherwise, it's not a commitment. It's just it's what some of us call a mind fuck, not a commitment. Hey, Jose, how you doing? I've just sold 2 of my paintings. Thanks a lot for your inspirations and live workshops. That's awesome, Sam. Thank you so much. Dude, you did that on your own. Boom. That's awesome. Just sold 2 of your paintings. That's a celebration right there. With some coffee. Congratulations, amigo. That's really cool. Yeah, you gotta start selling some stuff, guys. Those of you out there selling stuff. By the way, I'm going to give you a little bit more before I move on. The formula is more, guys, okay? The formula. Those of you looking for the formula, like, man, how do I sell more of my artwork? Well, it's more. The formula is more. If you're doing, I don't know, if you're putting in 5 hours a day in your artwork, you're going to have to start putting 10 hours a day. Or you have to double up, right? Make better what you're already selling. That's almost always harder to do, to make better what you're selling. It's almost always harder. If something is already selling, if you're already making some sort of headway, the easiest way to find it is in time. Time is such a beautiful measuring tool. You know, it's a measuring tool. Let's say that you're making, I don't know, a couple of $1,000 a month selling your artwork. I like to use a couple of $1,000. I don't know what a couple of $1,000. What is it? 2, 4, 6, 8? I don't know. If you're making a couple of $1,000 a month selling your artwork and you're putting in, I don't know, 3 hours a day, you quantify 3 hours a day, you measure it up, and you're like, man, I average about 3 hours a day and I'm making $2,000 a month easily selling my artwork. If you want to double that, okay, you're going to have to double the time. It's a no-brainer, I swear. I swear to whoever's God out there, it's a no-brainer, guys. The formula is more. Okay, when I get paid more, I got to do more. It's the formula. There's no way around that one. I get people asking me that all the time when I coach people. They're like, yeah, but how do I go from 10 to 20,000 bucks a month? And some artists are earning already 6 figures or whatever. Like, how do I go to this? And I'm like, do more? They're like, no, but what's the trick? I'm like, there ain't no fucking trick, man. Do more. Because I'm a Mexican, not a Mexicant, baby. Don't rely on online sales. You can sell anywhere. That's very true. That's very true, Constance. You can sell anywhere. Just double up whatever you're doing. Double it. And once you double that, double it again, baby. If you want to. I don't know. Not everybody's greedy like me. I get it. Some people are like, Jose, why are you always talking about selling artwork? I don't know, guys, because if I don't sell it, I can't do it every day. So if I can't do it every day, I'm going to be a sad puppy, man. I have to go get myself a different job or do something else. I don't want that. I like doing what I do. So where was I? Was I in step 3? Man, you guys got me all confused now. Was I in step number 3? Assign. Yeah, I was talking about assigning a time, a pocket. Yeah, because I was talking about, oh, fuck it. Let's start from number 1 again. Number 1, 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. Okay? Have materials ready out there, a table somewhere. Have them ready, out of sight, out of mind. Okay? I share this. I shared earlier why my mommy said to me when I was younger, don't carry a gun, because that's, you know, if it's ready, you might want to use it. Hey, mommy's always right. Mama's boy. Huh? Always talking about what the fuck. I'm always talking about my mom. She's been dead for like 10 years, and I keep talking about her. Marina says, I doubled my production last week and doubled up the income as well. So yes, you are 100% correct. Absolutely. I am mucho correcto mundo. If you just double your production, double the income. People are always asking this, you know, like no one asked this today, by the way. Okay, so I don't want anyone to feel offended. No one asked this today, but I just wanted to say it. But people are always asking me this. How do I double the output? If you're selling on Instagram and you're spending 10 hours a week on Instagram, spend 20 hours a week on Instagram. If that's all you're doing, if all you're doing is selling on Instagram, like putting stuff there, but don't spend like just watching my videos. I know I'm handsome. I know people want to watch my videos, but don't spend all your time watching my videos. Go and engage with people. Just don't leave yet, okay? Because I got more cool stuff to talk about. But yeah, double your outflow and you will double your income. It's the way it is. Because it's direct. That's why. Because it's direct. It's direct sales. Because you're painting it. Okay? Because you're painting it. In other places, you may double. In other situations, in other businesses or other situations, you may double and you may only increase your income. Certain places. But 90% of the time, anywhere you are, if you double your income. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to say 90% of the time. We're just going to say that because then people are going to be like, I don't know, I'm afraid of putting more hours. Dude, put more hours. Just do it. Put more hours until you can't put more hours anymore. And then if you can't put more hours anymore, now you get some moolah. Now you can hire someone. That's how I started hiring people, right? Now you can start hiring either virtual assistants or studio assistants, or you can go rent yourself a studio or whatever, and then you can now you can start scaling that puppy and having some fun. By the way, those of you who want to learn more in depth what I'm teaching here, it's time for a commercial. Ting, ting, time for a commercial. I am teaching this stuff, okay? You can get my video workshops, you can get 2. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to start adding more. I've been talking about that, so I'm just going to surprise you. I'm not going to tell you. But I promise you 2 new videos every month, plus the videos that I already created. These are video workshops for just $20 a month. Because I'm cool like that. So, yeah, that's my commercial right there. Commercial. So yeah, let's get started from number 1 again. The 5 steps to unlimited inspiration. Number 1, have your stuff ready outside. Number 2, get a handful of inspiration, ideas, photographs, whatever. Number 3, assign a space, okay? A pocket of space. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. I highly recommend 1 hour if you're a painter. If you're a painter, you want to be doing 1 hour. 1 hour a day, okay? Assign it. Step numero 4. Yeah, step number 4, schedule it. You want to schedule, not just assign an hour, a space, but now you want to schedule it. You want to schedule it. Oh, thank you so much for that, Frankie. Frankie says, well, worth it, $20 a month. Pow, baby. Thank you so much, Frankie. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. So you want to schedule that, okay? Schedule the time, and you want to schedule it weekly. What time is that hour happening at, and how many days a week? You don't have to go local like me, okay? You don't have to try to work. I'm working on the Lord's Day. I'm working on a Sunday, but I'm just local like that. I'm not working. You think this feels like work? I'm just playing around. I'm having fun, man. Some people are like, man, I'd rather be watching TV. Not me. I'd rather be hanging out with you guys. You good folks out there on Instagram. That's what I love doing. Step number 4 was schedule it. Okay, how many days a week? Step number 5, give it time, man. You got to give it some time. Okay, it's not going to happen overnight. It will feel overnight if you're strict with it. It's going to feel that way because time goes by out like that. Like 30 days will go by, and if you were strict with it, you're going to be like, holy cow, man! Look how much I got done. That's when that's where the magic starts happening. All kinds of magic. Marina already said she doubled her production. Double the production, double the income. Again, when I started selling on eBay, I started 8 years ago. I've been a full-time artist for 10 years, but I started selling on eBay about 8 years ago. When I went on eBay, I was making 1 painting a day, una pintura, right? I started auctioning it, and I was like, whoa, that's so cool. Look at that. I got a few bucks there for a painting. And I was like, I wonder what would happen if I paint 2. And then boom, baby. Oh my God, look at that. That's so cool. And then, because I'm a greedy bastard like that, I was like, I wonder what would happen if I paint 4. That's all I did, guys. I promise you, there is no magic to it. That's all I did. I painted 1, got paid for it. I was like, whoa, this is cool. I was like, what if I do dos? And then I did dos, and I was like, whoa. And I was like, what if I do quattro? What could happen? Now, there is a discipline that has to be put in place. Otherwise, you have this BS, right? You have this BS. You have this yo-yo stuff, and I had to grow out of it because I did experience that. I did experience that on eBay, where one month I would sell, I don't know, like 10K, and then the next month I would be like, wow, this is so cool. I sold 50K in a month, right? On eBay. And I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And then the next month it would be like 20K. And then it was like, oh, what's happening? It's this yo-yo bullshit because the discipline is not strong. So I had to go back and create, like, basically re-engineer myself, to put it in those words. And a ver qué pasa. I love that. And re-engineer the way that I saw myself, my identity, which is something that I talked about last time. My identity. Okay, what is it? What is my standard? What is my standard? So I started looking really into my standard. What do I accept for myself? What do I accept? Am I the type of dude that when shit gets hard, I go and I hide, or do I go and start throwing some chingadazos? Like what kind of person am I? You know, do I stand there and fight, or do I go and hide? And I'm talking about work, of course, right? And so I have to really like do some soul digging and find out what if I have any sand in my hands, you know, if I'm worth my salt. I wish I could clone more of me so I could have an army painting. No, but look, I did go through something similar like that, Marina, where I was like, man, I need more time. I need more time. What started happening is that I started going sideways. So now what you're experiencing is a what is considered a vertical, no, not a linear growth. Okay, you're experiencing a linear. Let me try to give you some value here, Marina. So you're experiencing linear growth. Okay, this is linear growth. Is it? I think so. No. Vertical. Sorry about that. You're experiencing vertical. Sorry, it was vertical. You're experiencing vertical growth. If I put more time into this day, I get more stuff done, right? Into this day, if I put more time. Then this might blow up. This might blow your mind. Okay? Maybe not. I don't know. When I learned this, it blew my mind. So you're experiencing linear growth. This is your day. If I do more, I get more, right? But your day caps, because there's, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, there's only 24 hours in that day. So sooner or later, it's going to cap. This is your vertical growth. When my life started changing in the sense of getting paid for my artwork, I moved from I stopped just searching this. Now this you can always milk it as much as you can, okay? But there is a cap. There is a cap. It's your hours. I went sideways. Now this has nothing to do with my time necessarily. This is not how much I can get done a day. This is how many other things can I put out there. Okay? How many other things can I... So just to give you an example, this is how much I can paint that I realize that if I paint more, I'm going to get paid more. This is how many more of this one can I put through here that don't require all of this time? If that makes any sense. How many other streams of income can I create? Okay, when I learned this shit blew my mind. And I haven't stopped since. So it's not just about my day, but for example, if I am selling stuff on Etsy and I know that every time I paint 5 paintings, I sell 3 of them, right? Let's say that maybe you're experiencing something like that, or eBay or whatever. If I paint 3, I sell, if I paint 5, I sell 3. So by God, I have to paint, I don't know, 15 to sell 9. I have to paint, right? I have to paint. But what I started doing, once I started capping here, is can I open another store where I can get the ones that I didn't sell here and start putting them here. Now, these ones are not going to sell right away. Okay? These ones are not going to sell right away. But, oh, baby, you're going to create a fire right here. This needs its own workshop. Vertical and horizontal. You're right. Vertical and horizontal selling. Where I can explain it with detail. Yeah, absolutely. This thing blew my mind. When I learned it, I was like, because there is more power in the long run, the long game. There's more power in the horizontal. This is, in my experience, this is how you earn the big chunks of money. It's right here. It's not here. Here you earn it immediately. Let's say you knock on doors, you sell door to door, whatever. Okay? But you cap your time. Here, this fucker has no end. This one, this is where the big boys play. Okay? The horizontal has no end. It just doesn't. But it takes time because it's you have to spread it. Yeah, vertical and horizontal. So you all you people that are signed up to my monthly, you're gonna get that workshop because I think this needs to be a workshop. Those of you who are not in my monthly, and you don't want to be in my monthly, but you do want this workshop, you're gonna pay $200-300 for that workshop. Sorry, sorry, not sorry. I don't know what I'm gonna charge for it, but it's gonna be something like that. Boom. So yeah, it's those little things, you know. They look like secrets. They're not. It's work. But it's those things because it's a change in perspective. So you have to stop chasing the one thing all the time. Only there has to be. You have to pivot at some point. If you don't pivot, if you don't move, negativity starts showing up. You know, you start thinking like, man, I don't have enough time. I wish I had more time, or I wish I had more experience, or I wish I had more imagination, more creativity. Artists always say this, man, I would paint more if I had creativity, but I'm in an artist block. Now, you're not in an artist block. You're just not showing up. There is no such thing as artist block. You're just not showing up enough. That's all. You're not consistent enough. When you're consistent enough, being consistent, by the way, is moving horizontally. You every time that you're consistent, whether you know it or not, you're working horizontally. This is true. I'm speaking gospel now. It's true. Constance says you're missing out. Get on the subscription. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, Constance. I appreciate it. Yeah, all you people out there that are not on my subscription, you guys are missing out. Sorry, but you are, because I think I'm the only artist. I know I'm the only artist who's sharing deep stuff like this. This is some deep shit, man. This is stuff that people don't share with you. And people that may want to share, like, you can't really share something unless you know it, you know? And so it's like, here I go again with my mother. No, I'm just joking. No. But no, there is this saying, right? No one gives what they don't have. I gotta stop talking about my mother, man. She's been dead for so long already. So no one gives what they don't have. You know, in order to give something, you have to have surplus amount of it. You know, you have to have surplus. So this is why I like to share this stuff freely, because I'm involved in it. You know, I'm doing it every day. That I love that. You're the Grant Cardone of art world. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Frankie. But if you're not doing it, you're going to be in conservation mode. You're going to be like this all the time. You know, so you're not going to want to give. You're not going to want to give because you're not really receiving. But when you're doing it, you're acting as a flywheel that is generating energy. And so I can't keep all this energy. I can't keep all the things that I'm learning as I'm going. Oh my God, this is great. I just found out that if you work consistently on this thing, it grows and it gives you on and on, not just the momentum, but it's almost like it pays you dividends, man. Anything that you do starts paying you dividends. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is so awesome. It's also applied in the way that I paint. It's applied when I'm selling something. It's applied when I open a new online shop, a new platform. If I go on Facebook or eBay or whatever, anywhere that I go, if you do it every day, it starts paying you dividends, man. And I was like, fuck, this is some good stuff. And you don't have to do it all day. You don't have to be there 24/7. You just got to do it every day. And it starts accumulating. And it's fancy stuff, man. It's fancy. It's just mucho pinky up. Bruston says, I asked my girlfriend if I could sign up, but she didn't say yes yet. Bruston, we're going to have to talk to your girlfriend, man. We're going to have to come up with some sort of solution for you, man. Constance says, your mom lives on when you remember. She was a good teacher. Nothing wrong with passing her lessons on. I'm grateful for the share. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, but then I think about it. I'm like, dude, I feel like all those scary movies. The dudes were attached to their moms. They're attached to their mothers. It's like mother, or is it that that's a Freudian thing too? No, I think. So that's that, my friends. I hope I was able to bring some sort of good thing, something good today to you guys. That is a class, that is a workshop in itself, selling vertical and horizontal, that we're going to be releasing. By the way, like I said, I promised 2 workshops every month, but it's not cutting it, guys. I need to give you guys more. Like, I want to give you guys more, and I need to give you guys more. So I'm not going to put them as like, oh, I promise you 4 more. No, I'm just going to start shooting them out so that you guys have more content and so that you can go apply, right? Apply the content, apply the knowledge. If you're not applying it, it's just kind of like reading a book. By the way, don't feel bad if you're not applying it, because we are in different places in our life. Sometimes we're receiving messages and it's just planting a little seed in our soul. Like I heard Jose said this, I heard this other cat say this. But if you keep receiving it, it's a good thing too. Like don't feel bad, because I know some people. I was gonna go into that route, and I was like, no, I don't think like that. Some people go into that route where they're like, well, start doing something. Don't just listen. No, look, you're listening. You're way ahead of people that are like, well, what should I do? I don't know. At least you're here. You're listening. You're paying attention to this hombre. That to me says everything. That to me says, like, dude, I care about this. You care about your career enough to listen to someone else who may or may not be a little bit further right ahead. That could be like, hey guys, it's this way. Maybe I'm that voice. I don't know. I love to be. I hope I am that voice to 1 or 2 of you out there. We're on the same journey one way or another. Some of us just look like we're a little more ahead, and we may be, but who's to say that you're not going to? I'm not going to be like, you know what, I'm fine here, and then you go ahead of me, and then I don't know. I decide that I want to keep moving a certain direction, and then I'll go and ask you. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we're all in different places in our life, and it doesn't matter if we're applying it or not. If we're listening to it, it's a form of application. It's applying in your soul. And it's sitting there. I remember how many times I told myself I was going to do something or not do something, and never really took action, but I soaked myself in the idea that I was going to. And sooner or later, the lid just popped, right? I was like, oh man, I'm gonna go get some cake. For years I was like, man, I gotta get paid to do this thing, to be an artist. For years, I actually thought about teaching. I was like, man, maybe someday. I just didn't feel ready, right? I was like, maybe someday. Now I'm teaching a lot. But I soaked myself in the idea that I was going to teach for like 5 years. I told myself every single day, man, I should be teaching. people keep asking me questions about this. I don't know. I shouldn't do this right now. Put it aside. But every day I would soak myself in the idea. I would remind myself. I would listen to other teachers. I would take advice. I would go and participate, and learn. How do you formulate a class? How do you formulate a what do you call it? A lesson, right? How do I record it, and on and that kind of stuff. And I think I was cooking it in a pressure cooker, and now I'm doing it. And so it sat there. What I'm saying is the seeds sat there like a bamboo. Is it seeds for a bamboo stick? I don't know what it is for a bamboo stick, but I know that those fuckers can grow, right? Very fast. They'll stay in the soil forever, and then all of a sudden they're like, they just grow. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. Your voice works, so I'm listening to it. I love that. Thank you so much. This is saving mistakes for the long term, for the long run. Yeah, absolutely. Frankie says, bro, your content is fire. It's real and full of value. Keep doing your thing. I love that. Your thing. I like that. I'm going to send my fellow artists your way to learn from you direct. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Frankie. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, Marina. Thank you so much, Constance. Sam, thank you so much. Stay well. Remember, guys, I am doing this, but I'm not just doing this. I'm an artist, and so I want to be the type of artist that is painting till like he's like I'm ready to die, but I'm like, hold up, guys, hold up. I'm gonna paint some more. Why? Because this is really my identity. My identity is an artist, not a painter necessarily, but an artist. I like to create. And so I'm not just teaching, guys. Okay, I know there's some artists out there who are like just teaching, or they see more income in teaching and then they let everything go. That's fine. That's not my game. My game is I'm an artist first, and then I can share some of the stuff that I've learned, and if I can help other people, that's awesome. So just wanted to say that because I know there's a lot of artists out there who are just teaching and doing marketing and that type of stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just not me. And so I guess I'm explaining myself. I don't know. I wish people that knew me knew that I'm not just a marketer trying to make some coin. If I wanted to make some coin, guys, I would have gone into like real estate or some other shit, not being an artist. I'm doing this because I love this stuff. So there it is, my friends. Again, the name is Jose Trujillo. Yeah, I was totally explaining myself. All right, my friends. If you guys have any questions, I'm here to help. If whatever I can help with, DM me, email me. If you want to be part of my subscription, DM me, email me. And yeah, I'll put a link. If you watch this on YouTube, I'm gonna see if I can upload this on YouTube. It's kind of a long video, but I'll see if I can do that. Take care, my friends. Peace out. Adios.